It's a potentially deadly illness that can impact anyone, and yet only 1/3 of people are being treated.
And so today starts Eating Disorders Awareness Week.
Going to bring in News 3 reporter Anthony Sabella after talking with a local dietitian who works with people who have eating disorders. This is something that does not discriminate.
No, I mean, it looks like anyone, an eating disorder. You know, a man, a woman, rich, poor, any race, any body type too. It's an unhealthy behavior with food taken to the extreme, and the common disorders are things like binge eating, when somebody is consistently overeating, losing control over how much they're putting into their body. Then there's bulimia, which involves someone binging and then purging from their body, either through throwing up or using a laxative. And then anorexia nervosa, when a person restricts what they're eating, often because they have this obsessive fear over gaining weight. And those are just some of the common ones. All can have major negative, potentially deadly impacts on the body. In all, it's estimated that 30 million Americans will deal with an eating disorder at some point in their life. Mary Dye is our area's only certified eating disorders registered dietitian, and there are some signs she says a person could be headed in that negative direction.
That increased rigidity around food, the person who always has to be the one to cook and prepare and plan and can't kind of veer from that I would say is a big flag. So this loss of that spontaneity with food. The person that's always, making really negative comments around food, and sadly as a culture, we often do that.
So if you have a concern that someone you love could have an eating disorder, the Alliance for Eating Disorders Awareness has some recommendations for you. They say find the right time and place to talk to that person in private. You want to tell them your concerns using I statements and make sure that you're validating their feelings. You also, it's tough, but you don't want to comment on food intake, weight, or appearance. And don't promise to keep their struggles a secret. Now, the National Eating Disorders Association does have a helpline for people who are struggling. There are also support groups right here in Hampton Roads. I'm Anthony Sabella for News 3.